Okay kids, this video is going to be about the Animatic, which is your next homework assignment, and it'll be due next Wednesday night. Of course, if you need more time, you can always email me and ask for more time, or ask me questions if you're having any issues or difficulty with the assignment. Now last homework assignment, you did your storyboards. Everyone did a great job. Now the storyboards were presented in a couple of ways online. One way, it was like this. Some of you took just one or two photos, including all of the cards in your presentation board. And then some of you took photos like this, where each storyboard card was its own photo. Now, both of those ways were correct. You didn't do anything wrong. But if you were one of the ones who took the pictures of the whole storyboard, which was perfectly fine to do, now you're going to have to go back and take pictures of the individual cards. Because what we're going to do is use those individual pictures to make a little animation that doesn't animate. Well, now what do I mean by that? Remember when we talked about storyboards and we saw Joe Ranft explain a section of the storyboard from Toy Story, and it was the Green Army Men at Andy's birthday party. And he went card by card with his pointer and said what was going on in each card. But then, after that, we watched an actual scene from Toy Story that was completely rendered, all perfect and beautiful, just like we watched the movie. And then above it, they had the corresponding storyboard cards timed out the same way as the final product. That's what you're going to do. You're going to make the video that's like the storyboards, timed out the way your final project is going to be. So, for instance, if you have 20 cards, and your cartoon or final project is going to be 25 seconds, then you need to be able to put those cards into a 25-second timeline where each card is timed out for the length of time you want that scene or that part to take place. So if a particular card is going to take 3 seconds, you would want that card to stay on the screen, on the video, for 3 seconds. And then the next card would come on for a certain length of time, and then the next card, and the next, and the next. And then you'll export that in some way into a QuickTime or an MP4 so we can watch them on the MM400 402 YouTube channel. And that'll be a good way too to share your animatics with each other and get suggestions for how to fix the timing, or if it reads clearly enough to people, can we understand the story based on your animatic. There also is a chance for you to add sound if you know how to do that. But sound is not a requirement, so don't worry about it if you don't know how. Now, how do we make the animatic? Well, some of you will have already downloaded apps to your phone, whether it's iPhone or Android, to make animations, and that'll be great because you take the pictures of your animation and then you can assemble them right on your phone, and then you can send the final product to me either through email or through Canvas, or sharing it through a file sharing service like Dropbox or Google Docs. That's one way. Another way is if you have a laptop or a computer with Premiere or Final Cut Pro and you know how to use those apps, you can put your cards into those and make a QuickTime or MP4 that way. And if you have Premiere and you don't know how to use it, I do have a post on how to make a QuickTime using Premiere, so you can take a look at that if you need to. And Final Cut Pro kind of works similarly, so you should be able to figure it out from there as well. Now let's say you don't have any apps for your phone, you don't know how to use them, and you don't have Premiere or Final Cut Pro, and you have no way of making an animatic with your images. This is what you can do. What you can do is take the individual pictures of your storyboard, if you haven't already done so, and then have them absolutely in order. And then send me a text file. This can be on Word or Notepad or Google Docs or anything that you use to type up essays or write down words, and say frame 1 or storyboard card 1 should be this long, 2 seconds, and this card should be 1 second, and this card should be 1.5 seconds. So you're going to figure out about how long each card should last on the video, and if you send me those images, along with the text of how long those images last, I can make the QuickTime for you so you can kind of see how your story will play out in video form. Now, again, this takes a lot of time, and if I'm doing all 23 projects, that's going to take more than a week. So really, if you have the apps and you know how to assemble your own animation, you can make the animatics on your own using the individual pictures of your storyboard cards. If you have Premiere or Final Cut Pro, you should be able to make your animatic that way. But this is for people who have no way of doing it, no app on their phone for it, or they don't know how to use it, or you don't have Premiere or any other kind of editing software on your computer or laptop. So if that's the case, it'll be very important to send me the pictures along with a text file that says how long each card is supposed to last. Now here's another ditty. If you have already sent me your individual pictures, then I just need the text file to know how long each picture is supposed to last. Finally, make sure that when you take your pictures, if you haven't done this already, when you take your pictures of your cards, make sure that the picture of the storyboard fills the camera, fills the picture. I don't want to see parts of the desk or anything else, because this is going to be part of your animatic, which should kind of look like an unanimated video of your final project. So also make sure that if you look at the picture, you can actually see the lines of your drawings. If you can't see the lines very well, if it looks too washed out, it means you have too much light, and so you need to take those pictures in lower light. If it's really dark and you can't see the lines very well, that means you don't have enough light, and so you should add a little light. And that's probably it. There's some videos below on the WordPress that are examples of some animatics that you can take a look at so you can understand how they timed things out. And that's it for the homework assignment. So good luck on that, and ask me questions again anytime through email, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible.